Hi, my name is Lacey. This is Sweet Tea, and we're here to recap episode 7 of The Ultimatum, now streaming on Netflix. Episode 7 starts off 10 days until the ultimatum, and we start at Alexis. Yes, that Alexis from episodes 1 and 2 who got engaged to Hunter. Here's a picture. We're at Alexis's bachelorette party. While Ray and Shanique are ordering drinks, April decides to make a comment. Make sure it's a virgin, whatever the drink is. And everybody's like, what? And April's like, yeah, I have my ultrasound. I'm 12 days late because I've been with Jake. And Ray's just like, what? Alexis says that she and Hunter have moved in together and that they're adjusting well. She's showing off her ring to all the girls and everybody's, ooh, it's about her, yay. Out of nowhere, Alexis brings up Colby again. She's still upset that he was never into her, I guess. So she needs to bring up to Madeline, I don't know why you're with him. You're so much better than him. And it's like, Alexis, get the F over it, man. For real, though. Get over it. After Alexis brings up Colby to Madeline, Madeline compares Randall to Colby again, upsetting Shanique, Randall's original partner. In this girl talk, Ray also says how much she's struggling with Zay, her original partner, since they've been back together. Alexis asks Ray if she sees a future with Jake, her trial marriage partner. Ray is trying to not upset the balance of the evening, and she's not really taking Alexis's bait. She's saying, I don't know, I'm still in love with Zay, we've been together, I can't discount him. And yes, I had a good time with Jake, but like, he's with April and they're figuring their stuff out. So she's trying to be as PC as possible in this situation. But Alexis is not having it. She is insistent. She wants to know, do you want to marry Jake? Do you want to marry Jake? And it's kind of irritating because it's like, girl, you just want to stir up some shit and then get the F out. So like, calm down. Meanwhile, April is getting increasingly upset because they keep pushing, all the other girls are pushing this narrative of Ray and Jake being together and you love him, we saw a connection, it's so good, you should pursue that, you should pursue that. Ray's trying to not upset anybody and April is getting upset because the other girls are just pushing this on Ray. So April finally has had enough and she's like, please just keep your opinions to yourself. There's other people here. Alexis hasn't even been in the experience since like what, the first dinner. So like she needs to back off. So April leaves upset and yeah, I mean, she stuck around much longer than I thought she would at this thing. Now the gang, the whole gang, all the original couples, the 4 original couples, the 4, not the 2 that got engaged, but the 4 original couples that had the trial marriages get in a party bus and they go to a winery. Things get a little awkward because Randall and Madeline are making eyes at each other across the way, and so Colby's getting a little upset, Shanique's getting a little upset. To kind of break the tension, Colby kind of jokes with April, his trial marriage partner, and he throws an olive, I guess, or pretzel, I don't know, whatever. They're at a winery. He throws something to April and she catches it in her mouth and it's like, oh yay, we had a little fun little thing. But Madeline gets upset about it because apparently that was their game and she tells Colby not to play her game with that bitch. It's like I hadn't seen Madeline even give a shit about Colby up until now, so that's interesting. After the winery, we focus on the 4 original couples, the first one being April and Jake. While April is still 100% in this relationship with Jake, Jake has still been very standoffish, very off. He says it's because he doesn't trust her anymore because of the Instagram situation and also because she snuck into his phone. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of shady. So he doesn't really trust her anymore, and she says she's gonna work on it, and she's still in it 100%. He's kind of meh. The next time we see April and Jake, they're having a nice conversation about how April wants to show Jake how she's changed and how she's matured and how she's grown since her trial marriage with Colby. Jake, meanwhile, has apologized for being standoffish and a little against coming back together with April. He says he wants to give her a shot, that trust is a big thing, but he's gonna try and give this trial marriage a real shot, and April's really happy about it. They kissy, 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 and they get under the covers and have a nice night. Our next couple is Colby and Madeline. Colby thinks that they are the strongest couple, and Madeline disagrees, is putting it mildly. She very much disagrees. She thinks that Shanique and Randall are the strongest couple, and that she and Colby have issues they need to work out, which they do. Madeline says that she needs Colby to listen to her more and to basically hear what she's saying, not in one ear and out the other. In this conversation, Colby gets kind of prickly and sarcastic, saying, "Oh, I hear you, I hear you, I hear what you're saying," and it doesn't sit well. The next time we see them, they have another conversation where Madeline is explaining to Colby how she needs him to see and hear her for her. When she asks Colby what he heard from her explanation, he gives her a good recap of, and more, of what she's saying. He says that he needs to listen more, that she's very critical, and he thinks it comes from her family and a divorce that happened in her family. He tells her that she wants him to love her flaws and all. And so it's a really nice conversation, and it seems to get them on the path to moving forward as a couple on good terms. Our next couple is Shanique and Randall. The night after the winery, Shanique asks Randall what Madeline, his trial marriage partner, has still to work on, or has to work on. She's really passive-aggressively trying to get Randall to say something bad about Madeline so that she feels better in their relationship, or more secure in their relationship. And Randall calls it out for what it is. He's like, my relationship with Madeline doesn't matter. What she needs to work on is not our business anymore. What matters is us and this trial marriage and this relationship. That's over there. Let's focus here. Which is kind of ironic, because he was so adamant about telling Madeline about Colby and Zay a while back, and she was trying to say, like, I don't want to talk about it, that doesn't matter to me. Just saying. So Randall calls out Shanique for doing what she's doing and trying to get him to say something bad about Madeline. He's saying that she's just being spiteful and childish. She kind of is, not gonna lie. But it is coming from a place of insecurity, and she wants to kind of feel secure in her relationship with Randall, and that he's not going to leave her for Madeline. But also she's going about it totally bonkers, so... Later, Shanique and Randall go to visit Shanique's family, where they grill Randall on his trial marriage with Madeline and what he learned, and they kind of talk to Shanique also about what she learned, and Shanique's family loves Randall. They adore him. They think they both balance each other out, which is probably true, but in terms of marriage, I don't know. During this dinner, Randall says that he had a nice time with Madeline. He learned a lot. He wants to listen, and he wants to be his best self, and he wants Shanique to be her best self before they do anything in terms of marriage. Maybe he means financially secure or ready to take on that responsibility of a family, because I believe they both want to get married and have kids eventually. Meanwhile, Shanique is all about the ring. And it's not about the money or the prestige or the jewelry, but she thinks that the ring equals intention. And so therefore, without the ring, she doesn't know what Randall wants from her. But if she had a ring, she knows what it's moving toward. Our last couple of the episode is Ray and Zay. They're also the most dramatic. First, we see them have a conversation where Zay, who was the one who received the ultimatum from Ray, Zay says how much he loves her and wants to get married, and this experience showed him how much he does want that and wants a future with her, and how he grew with his trial marriage with Shanique. Ray, however, explains how she needs to work on herself. She's not discounting the relationship. She just doesn't want to get married yet. Before that, she wants to work on herself, and she thinks Zay needs to work on himself. She's kind of not sure what she wants, but she knows that she's not ready for marriage yet. With Zay or Jake, I'm sure, but definitely not with Zay. Zay gets pissed. He cannot handle the fact that she still wants to stay in the relationship. From what I could tell, she still wanted to stay in the relationship, but she didn't want to get married or engaged. This pisses Zay off. He goes out with his friends. Ray says typically when Zay goes out with his friends, he comes back by 2 a.m., probably when the club's closed or something. However, this night, Zay turned off his location, does not answer his phone, does not answer his texts, and does not come home until 8 a.m. the next morning. Shady. When Zay comes home at 8 a.m., still smelling like liquor, according to Ray. Ray has had it. She's done. She is done. And she tells Zay, like, look, I can't have you being out. Like, I'm done. I mean, it was a fight. It wasn't as polite, but you get the picture. While Ray's upset, Zay is saying, what'd I do? As if purposely turning off his location, which he knew what he was doing, not answering, and not coming home until 8 a.m. He's acting like that's okay. What'd I do? Are you kidding me? Ray is done. Legit done. And she says, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. She breaks up with Zay. And Zay is not happy. And they fight a little bit. It's not on camera, but apparently it sounded like it got physical. We didn't see anything happen, but it sounded like it got physical. Toxic. And that's it for episode 7. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, shoot me a comment, ask me a question, and I'll see you next time for episode 8.